So 2024 is just a few days away now, and I know what a lot of you are doing at the moment, and what I'm doing personally is thinking about what my goals are for next year and then putting steps in place to actually achieve them. So I just wanted to come on and give you a quick tutorial on basically how I plan my goals, how I track everything in my life to make sure that I'm actually achieving the goals that I set at the start of the year. Because what you don't want to do is sit here now and go, right, 2024 next week, I really want to do this, I want to do that. Think about all these things and then just lose track of them a week or two into the year and then think about resetting and doing something else. So what you basically want to do is, like I said before, you want to track everything that you're doing in your life to make sure that you're actually putting actionable steps in place to hit those goals. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough on how I plan my goals. So here it is. This is the template that I use when I'm thinking about planning and tracking all my goals for every single year. As you can see, I've been doing this since 2022, so I can look back, I can see what my goals were for the year, for the quarters, I can see for each month and then for each week, and inside each week, which I'll show you in a second, I plan every single day from top to bottom, because this is what's going to help me keep myself on track and keep accountable, and this has been working really well for the last 2 years. So now I want to share it with you guys so you can start to think about doing something similar. It's really simple. This is just done on Notion. I'm sure they've got a free version that you can use. I think I pay about £10 a month, but I use other stuff inside this with AI and stuff like that. But yeah, you can have something like this. It's free just for tracking goals. It's really simple and it's really effective. So I'll run you through how I do things and how I plan out my goals. So for this year, the goals that I've set for myself is that I want to get my business up to 50k a month consistently. At the moment, in the last couple of years, we've been up and down, but I want to have something really consistent. So I've got a big goal there for me to achieve. The second goal is to get into the best mental and physical shape of my life. I want to make sure that I'm really focused on keeping myself healthy. I want to be on my diet, I want to be on my training, on my meditation, and this stuff will help me in my work life, in my business life, which is obviously going to help me achieve that first goal there. I also like to set like a bonus goal just for something else to keep my eye on, and for this year it's that I want to be ready to buy property in 2025 if the market is right. I'm not in a rush to move out or anything like that, but yeah, if the market prices are right, then I want to be ready to buy a property soon as it gets to 2025. So what I'll then do is I will go down and I'll make a goal for each quarter that will help me achieve those goals for the year. So the first goal for me this quarter is to get all clients on board with the new systems and services that we're offering. The last couple of months has been really about me planning what I'm going to be doing with the business going forward, and now I've got a really good idea of what new services we're going to be offering. So for quarter one, I want to make sure that all of my existing clients are on board with what we're doing so that we can transition smoothly into the new system and the new services. The second one here will just be to be consistent with a strict routine. So I want to make sure that I'm in a really good routine. So by the end of quarter one, if I can be really consistent and strict with it, I've started off the first 3 months in a really good way, and that's going to help me continue to do that for the rest of the year. Then I've got my January goals. So these goals are obviously ones that will help me work towards the quarterly goals, which quarterly goals are obviously working towards the yearly goals. So for January, I just want to catch up with all of my clients, explain the new systems and services so I can start getting them ready to onboard and move them over. And then for this goal here, I want to find a routine that works really well for me. So January for me will be all about figuring out what kind of routines work for me in terms of what time to go gym and what time to wake up. I've been last year a little bit inconsistent with this. I was training consistently, but I feel like I wasn't as productive as I could be because I wasn't always in a strict routine. Some days I'd get up and I'd work in the morning and I'd go gym in the afternoon. Some days I'd go gym in the morning, work in the afternoon. Obviously you can't always do exactly what you want, and you do need to work around it. But if I can find a routine that works really well for me 95% of the time, then I know that I'll be in a good enough mindset to keep myself on board and on track with my goals. And then what I do now is for each week, so obviously we've got 4 weeks in each month. So for week 1 in January, I have 2 goals that will help me achieve these. So the first goal will be to have all of my clients' ads restarted. Over Christmas, we pause just because it gets a little bit quiet. So I want to get everyone's new ads restarted with the new offers and new services that they want to put out. And then the second one will be for me to get back to the gym properly and start my new diet. So over Christmas, I've been a little bit inconsistent with gym, as I guess probably everyone has. It's been shirt and stuff like that. So for January, I want to hit the ground running by getting straight back into the gym from the 1st of January, and I want to start my new diet so that helps me push myself to the gym every single day. And then a bonus one for that week will be to get back into routine and build some momentum. Really simple, but if I can achieve this and I can get back into my routine and build some momentum with the other goals, then I know that I've started the year really well, and that's going to give me some momentum to build on. So then what I do for each day, so I've got a template here, and if you want me to send all of this stuff over, let me know, just DM me on Instagram. But basically for each day, so I'd put like the 1st of the 1st, 2024 here. I'll go through and I'll put 3 things that I'm grateful for. This is what I do in the morning. I'll write out 3 things that I'm grateful for to practice gratitude. Then I'll put 3 things that will make today a great day. So depending on what I've got planned for that day and what my goals are for that week, obviously I'll adjust these every day. And then I'll have a power list. So these are non-negotiable things. These are 5 things that have to be done in that day for me to have a successful day. If I don't get these 5 things done, then I'll put an L and I've basically lost a day. I actually saw this on a podcast. I can't think of what it was called at the moment. I think it was Andy Frisella's podcast. But basically, yeah, this is really powerful. I've been doing this for a few years now and it works really well. If you know that you've got 5 things that have to be done, then you will basically do everything you can to get those done first, and then you can go through and complete other tasks that might need doing as well. And then I'll have a to-do list. So these are things like other tasks that aren't as important as the power list, but do still need to be done. So obviously I haven't got anything in there yet because we're not on day, but I'll fill it out in a day and I'll put exactly what things I need to be done after I've completed these 5 tasks. Just starting out would be like meditating before the gym, going to the gym, and then reading 10 pages of a book when I get back from the gym before I start work, just to get my head in the right headspace, to get myself in the right headspace even, and make sure that I'm going to start the day really well. Then at night, what I'll do once I've done everything, I'll put 3 things that went really well, 3 things that I can improve on, and I give myself a score out of 10, as in like what the alignment to my ideal self is. So at the end of each week, I'll go through and I'll add up all 7 scores from each day, and then I'll put them, let me just go to 2024. So at the end of each week, I'll add them all up, I'll divide them by however many days in that week, 7 days, and then I'll give myself a score out of 10. So really, I just want to make sure that I'm being the best version of myself that I can. If you're thinking about doing goals for 2024 and you haven't actually written them down, or you haven't got something like this in place, then I would really recommend it, because as I said before, I've been doing this for 2 years now and I've pretty much hit all of the goals that I've set for myself. Another thing that I would like to say is that if your goals don't scare you, then they're probably not big enough. Make sure that they are achievable in terms of what you're doing in your life at the moment, but make sure that they're big enough that you're actually going to have to work really hard to hit them, because that's what's going to keep you accountable and keep you on here to make sure that you complete everything. Make sure that you fill this out every single day. Don't miss a day, because that will just stop the momentum. But yeah, get this done. Make sure that you're starting out the year really well, and I guarantee there will be no reason that you can't hit the goals that you set for yourself. And then, as I said before, if you want me to send over a template, I'm going to make this like a blank template. All you'd need to do is just duplicate each week, and then obviously copy and paste the daily template so that you can fill out your daily routine and stuff. Let me know. Drop me a DM on Instagram. I'll put my handle somewhere on this video, and then I'll send it over to you, and hopefully you'll have an amazing 2024.